Good, good evening, good morning. Sometimes I lose track of time. Okay, so it's warm today. Well, for people who think 10 degrees Celsius is not warm, I'm sorry. To me it is. So I'm going to take a quick walk, but I'm still going to do a reading actually. This is for kind of late actually, I think. This is for Capricorn, dating November 22. November 22. November 22. So this is with, sorry, I'm distracted. Sekhmet. The moon is going to be conjunct Sekhmet. This asteroid Sekhmet, named after the goddess Sekhmet. She was said to be the wrath of Ra. Whenever people, committed things against him, or humanity was in violation of, divine rule, he would send Sekhmet to ravage, destroy, to basically annihilate. She's like the version of Kali, for those who know in Hinduism. She's like the goddess Kali. And so Sekhmet is what? Bloodlust, revenge, vengeance. Same old story. But it's really about, she's actually about hot and cold. She was also sent, apparently in the myth, Ra sent Hathor as disguised as Sekhmet or something like that, or was it himself disguised as Hathor, something like that. So basically to pacify Sekhmet. So what he did was he created a river of like blood, but it wasn't actually blood, it was beer, or was it alcohol or something like that, and it was red. So she's often represented by the color red. She's often in red. So tying this to the moon in Capricorn, she's also about sort of complete control, authority figures, which ties in with Capricorn actually. But here the moon, I think the moon itself, or is it Sekhmet itself, is square Neptune retrograde in Aries. So that means it's coming to the realization of new things that are coming about, but there will be challenges facing this. So we have to go inwards and say, what does our inner Neptune tell us? What is our inner Neptune? What do we believe? What are our beliefs? And this is true. A lot of people are changing their beliefs or wanting to shift into a different, higher perspective, transcending that. That's Neptune. But sometimes people don't want to face that. That's also Neptune. Neptune is about Neptune is about it's basically resistance, but in a form of escapism. So we get into drugs, alcohol, addictions, and all that stuff. But it's an internal processing right now. It's a disillusion happening with also Saturn there, creating limitations for these things. So humanity is going through this new shift of, like, we have to stop and process what we can, so that we're not like this whole always angry sort of, because it is square Sekhmet. So we have to watch out for why we get angry in the first place. What is this bloodlust we have, trying to defend ourselves, trying to be right, trying to be in control all the time, when there's nothing to control, really, because the more we control, the more we lose. The more we let go, the more we obtain. The more we acquire, the more we learn, because it's not just saying stuff like, oh, there's a divine plan and yada 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 stuff. To put it in a very concrete way, especially where Sekhmet and the moon will be here in Capricorn, it's about really, um, how do you call this? Looking at the things around you, looking at the examples of the things that you're surrounded by. Imagine if you were trying to fix a specific sort of device, right? Great, you can fix it, great. But what broke it in the first place? What made it get to that point? Like, it's also about being aware and conscious so that we're honoring the gifts we have. That includes also material things, so that way we're not just like mindlessly or unconsciously dropping things, not being not being present, right? So um technically right now I'm not really being present because I don't think I am. But Eckhart says that when you realize that you're not present, you are actually present. So it doesn't matter. For now, it's just the whole, when we're slowing down, have you ever thought of things like, for example, okay, we can go back to the whole analogy of the whole fixing something like a watch or something like that. Let's say we use a different analogy. So if you've ever written something, if you're writing something or creating something, if you try to rush it, meaning it's not about the speed or the time it takes or the time, whatever it takes. When we're rushing something, that energy or that intention or that desire of trying to get to the end point comes from this desire that it's like, I have to just get it done, or I can't move on to the next. I can't do this. I have to move on to the next thing. I'm getting bored. So it's funny because running into a lot of things, like for me, like my highest excitement is in any given moment. Like right now, I love it. I'm able to go out. It's like, what is it, plus 10 degrees? And it's wonderful. And it's winter. It's a warmer winter, right? So, warmer winter wonderland. So it's going through my head. So it's that whole, right? It's that when we push for things, when we latch onto things, when we sort of like, oh, I want this sort of thing, that's exactly what this is saying. So you don't have to accomplish anything. Accomplishment is more about getting to where you need to go because you are actually gone there. But when you forget the journey, what's the point of the destination? I mean, if you look at it from like a string, if there's only the beginning and end, which is usually what humans are focused on, a lot of us are, then there's no rope, period. Does it make sense? The beginning and end and tips of the rope is not the rope. So why have the rope, right? Beginning and end of a race, if you just look at beginning, if you imagine the journey in between, you might as well take off the path and just say, put a sign that start, finish. Where is the connection? Complete disconnection, right? So the journey is what matters in the present moment, all the time. Because just a few seconds ago, that's just what happened. That was the past. That's it. The reason we have recordings in the first place is because we want to maintain that stuff. But I don't know. Eventually, we'll let those go as well. We won't be attached to hoarding things, collecting things. The only real gift to collect is who we really are, our essence. So I hope that helps. But I know that was a little philosophical there. But thank you for watching. I hope that helps. See you guys later. Bye.